Hi everyone, Katie here. Welcome back to another layout video. Today I decided I was going to do a double page layout. I have 5 photos of my puppy during a snow day a couple weeks ago. We had about 3 or 4 inches of snow and he just loved running around in it, sticking his nose in it, eating it, just enjoying the snow. So I thought that was a perfect memory to preserve here on my scrapbook page. Now I have these 2 black and white papers. They are from Echo Park. I don't think they were in a specific collection. I got them just as loose papers. And I thought, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. And I want to do some mixed media on top of this black and white. They're kind of like little X's or check marks, and I thought, that kind of resembles snowflakes, and we're gonna make it work. So I'm cutting down all my photos. They were 4x6, and I'm taking 1/2 inch off the top and 1/2 inch off the side. So now they are 3.5 by 5.5. And I think that works out nicely to make photo mats, and then they fit well on the page. And I lay them out so I kind of get an idea about where the photos will be and what I want to do. Like I said, I know I wanted to do mixed media, so I pull out some of my stencils. These stencils are homemade. I used my Cricut Maker to cut them out, and the stencil film that I'm using is actually just lamination pouches that I stuck through my personal laminator, and they obviously didn't have anything in them. So it works as a pretty good stencil. Now they are a lot thinner than the ones that you would get at the store, but again, also a lot cheaper, and it works out well for me. So I taped down my stencil onto my paper. I'm using a low tack tape, actually from We Are Memory Keepers foil quill. And I start putting my Vicki Boutin Creative Effects iridescent glaze through the stencil, and it is working pretty well. It's not perfect, it's not super smooth or anything, which it could be if I had tried for it, but I wanted it to be, a little bit imperfect. So I'm just putting it down, trying to get it through my stencil without totally messing up my stencil. Like I said, it is a little bit thinner, so it doesn't exactly stay, all the pieces don't exactly stay in place super easily, but again, like I said, it works. Now I peel off my stencil, and I'm pretty happy with how that turns out. So I grab my other piece of paper, and in order to bring continuity to the double page layout, I'm doing the same thing with the same stencil, same Creative Effects iridescent as the other one, pushing the glaze through that stencil, and I'm liking how it turns out. Also, I love a good excuse to use these Creative Effects glazes. I think they are really pretty. This one is, I would say it's kind of like a white, but almost pearlized and sort of see-through. Definitely now that it's dried on my paper, I can still see the pattern coming through it, but not super well. So after this, I do let it dry, and I don't obviously make you watch it dry. I did use my heat gun, and if you have the Creative Effects and you use a heat gun on it, be careful that you don't leave it in one spot too long, because it will start to bubble up. And I got just a little bit of that on this layout, but really you can hardly even see it. So it's okay, I'm still happy with it. And again, since it is a snowy layout and I just can never get enough glitter, I am scraping a very thin layer of Stickles glitter gel in Nebula all over the entire layout, even over the dried stenciling that I just did. And while you can't really see a whole lot of it on the layout, as you kind of move it in the light, it catches all the sparkle and shine. And the glitter gel does have tiny little star sequins in it as well, which you can see when you're looking for it. It just adds another layer of sparkle and shine, which is what I really love. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I was trying to do something different. And I think I was very successful in creating something different, a little bit more unusual and kind of outside my comfort zone. So I am happy with what I did. And yeah, so I do that with both pages. Again, I leave it for a few hours to dry just to completely let everything cure so I'm not messing it up while I'm putting my photos and all those other things that I want to put on top of it. Now, I have these two photos. I'm working on just the left side of the double page spread at the moment, and I'm trying to use up a bunch of my smaller paper pads. I have collected quite a few 6x6, and I even have a 4x6 mounting, paper pad, which is what I ultimately decide to use. I'm trying to use those. I love buying them. I love using them. So I want to make sure I am using them maybe a little bit faster even than I'm buying them. So that's what I decide to use in this pretty turquoise. There are only 4 pages of this solid kind of turquoise color. And I have 5 photos. So obviously that was not ideal, but I think I make it work pretty well in the end. I do my 4 photos on the mats that I have, and then I thought about using the scraps to kind of Frankenstein my own mat, but then the more I was thinking, it's like, you know what, it's not going to look bad to have a photo mat with this same color turquoise but has a little bit of a print on it. So I ultimately just grabbed that and did my 5th photo in that. And those little extra scraps got tossed because I couldn't really use them very well. Now I'm going through my Chamel Sparkle City journaling pad, and I decide to use a piece of this paper that has little cameras and journaling lines. I really like this pad because I haven't really seen many like it that actually have journaling lines for you, which I think is awesome. I like having good journaling tags, good journaling paper, anything like that. So it's white with these 2 little cameras, and again, I thought about using those scraps, maybe creating some kind of mat or border, because I thought the white was just a little bit too white, but ultimately I don't really like how the paper looks behind it. I do my journaling just talking about the snow day that we had, how my puppy really loved running around, playing in the snow, and especially chasing after a leftover frozen loofah sponge that I had grown in the garden earlier in the year. He really liked running around the yard with that and basically playing fetch with it. As well as a tennis ball that was outside and froze in the snow as well. He loved it. It was so much fun. So that's what I just write on my little journaling card. And then I decide, okay, I've got to do something about this being super white. I am going to do some ink blending on it. So I have my Distress Oxide in Broken China, which is a beautiful blue color. I really like it. And I take just a little blending brush and go all over it. Now, if I had this to do again, I may, I absolutely would have done the ink blending before writing the journaling. Because while you can absolutely still read everything very clearly, I think it's just putting the ink over top of it definitely kind of mutes the black, bold pen that I used. Everything that I am adhering to the layout, I'm doing with double-sided tape. Double-sided tape I found is extremely sticky and holds very well. And on top of this mixed media, I need that, absolutely. And I am using my Dollar Tree and double-sided tape, which I love. It's archival quality. It's just great. I do want to pop up my journaling box on some fun foam. These are just old leftover pieces that I've had from other projects, and I think it works really well to pop up my journaling box. I just wanted to make it stand out a little bit, make it a little bit different from the rest of the layout. and I think I am pretty successful with that, and I like how it turns out. So as I stick all these down, you can tell it's not the easiest thing. It's a lot easier if you have a probably newer fun foam that is not pieced apart in weird shapes like mine is, but that's okay. Now I have these stickers. Now these are very old. They're from Sticko. I don't know that they even make them anymore, but they are embossed, almost like a really old label maker that used to punch the letters through the plastic as you would squeeze in your hand. It says Snow Day and they're in blue. I think it's really cute. It's a much more subtle title than I thought I was going to do. But again, I like it, and I was trying to do something different with this double page layout, and I'd say I was very successful. Now I'm finished with my left side page for the moment, so I go ahead and put that off to the side and grab the right side page. This one I was trying to not, entirely cover up all of my mixed media. I don't mind covering up some of it. I mean, that's just how it goes. But I do want to be able to see some as well. So I finally decide on a cluster of the photos where I can still see a good amount of the mixed media, and I use my double-sided tape again to stick everything on down. And I really like how you can see like that left side of the page really has a lot of the mixed media. You can see quite a bit, and that makes me happy. I like how that works out. So I'm putting my last photo down, and I'm starting to think about embellishments. And you know what? There's so much going on these layouts. I really don't need much. But I do have these little stickers. They're snowflakes, sparkly snowflakes. And you can never have too much sparkle. So I had a few of those here and there. The ones on the journaling tag are right in the middle of the camera lenses. Ultimately, I decide I don't really like those, and I take them off. I use my Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Ocean to fill in those camera circles just to give them a little something else. And that will complete my layout. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.